Hello and welcome. Today we're at the gift fair, 2022 gift fair at the NEC Birmingham. Let's go inside and have a look around.
Well, I mean, there really nothing cool about riding a Triumph. Yeah, big ack, thumbs up.
I'm Mac. Today we're at the NEC in Birmingham. Motorcycle Live 2022. Let's go inside and have a look around. Videos, you'll know that I had the Generation 1 on this bike, Gen 1, back in 1989 if I remember correctly. It was 1986 that I had. This is obviously the very latest version, and I am, obviously Mrs. Ack doesn't know this, very seriously considering selling the Triumph, getting one of these. African twin. Another potential buy, but don't tell Mrs. Anne. Very, very nice. I haven't sat on one of these for a long time. But even though they're purely off-road focused, it's a cracking road bike. KTM'S 1290 Superduke car. 178 brake horsepower, don't ask me how many newton meters of torque it's got. But I test rode the Gen 2 of this a couple of years ago. Absolutely stunning, came away thinking, I want to keep the bike. But they made improvements in all area for this generation, Generation 3. And I want one. Completely unaware of. I owned very briefly a few years ago a Crutchton 1200R, which has got the older version of the engine that this has currently got in. I was blown away by the twin and the characteristics of that engine. So of course, that combined with the beautiful looks of this, I think this is another one for the garage. This is that. What do you think? That's it. Nothing else I need to say, it's the Norton.
Cool.
So if I put this here, if I just clap for the audio, you see, because now I can go back and edit this audio track over that based on the sound and the clap, which I've already done.
So I'm not allowed to clap again then?
Well, you can do, but it'd be bloody annoying.
So tempting.
So,
This is a car on a bike channel.
yeah, interesting. Deja vu, Mr. Biggs, deja vu. So, me and Biggsy here, we've just been to the 2022 Motorcycle Live at the NEC in Birmingham.
Yes.
And bit sombre because, well, it's bloody rammed, wasn't it?
It was rammed.
It's like sardines.
I'm a bit sombre because I didn't buy a motorbike.
Yeah, that's very, very true, nor did I. You didn't sit on many either.
No, it didn't sit well.
So,
You had to almost queue for most of the bikes to sit on them.
so most of the footage that I've taken today is a bit, well, it's okay, but it's just too many people. It's obviously Sunday today, and the show is actually on until next Sunday, the 27th at 5 p.m. So you've got plenty of time to get down there if you want to get down there. I wholeheartedly recommend it, but weekends, no, we're not going to do this on a weekend again, are we?
Not unless you want to be like sardines.
No, it was just ridiculous. Anyway, I've kind of come somewhat prepared. I have some questions for the Biggsy in relation to
We haven't got a
his visit.
spotlight.
Yeah, no, we haven't got a spotlight. So, have you ever been to a bike show before? Is this your first bike show?
First bike show. It's yet another example where you can put Virgin on. I seem to be called Virgin quite a lot on your
Yeah,
videos.
Virgin biker.
Yeah.
Well, it's Virgin pretend biker. Virgin, I'm only going to sit on the back of a biker. Because you've kind of like decided not to do it, haven't you?
I'd never say never,
Yeah.
but certainly not now during the inclement season.
Yeah,
for
no,
sure.
agreed. So, what do you think of your show? What's your first impressions?
Lots of nice stuff that if I got the right licence, I would probably want to buy.
Yeah.
My favourite being the Triumph 660 Sport.
Trident 660 Sport, yes.
That I do like a lot.
Yeah, you do like. There's a picture earlier on of Biggsy on it.
Which will no doubt be spliced in now if Aki's good at editing, which he is.
If he's good at editing.
Which I said which you are.
Yeah. Well, okay, fine. Fair enough. So, with regards to the bike manufacturers as a whole, is there any particular bike manufacturer whose entire range of bikes stood out for you that you really enjoyed?
It's going to be a bit of a sort of boring answer, but Ducati, because I just loved the Ducati stand and I loved what I saw.
What did you like about the stand? Was it the bikes? Like
Yeah, the whole layout of the stand. It just, and the bikes just. It's like bike porn, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
I appreciate it's like the. I don't know. The obvious thing is to say it's like the Ferrari of motorbikes, but they're just stunning.
So the ladies in the skin tight leggings had nothing to do with it?
No, not whatsoever.
No.
No, I'd never say that
Okay.
on camera. What's these questions then?
Yeah. Well, I thought I'd actually try and make a bit of
You
effort. and
actually
be
typed out some
somewhat-
questions.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe it either. I can't believe because there's some specific bike questions I want to ask you, and I thought, well, if we just like talking and just like going off the way we normally do. Unfortunately, we're not in a pub, and I don't have any alcohol. And
No, we're in a carport
Yeah.
designed to hold two cars, of which at
Yeah.
the minute there's a 2CV behind us.
well,
Or an upturned pram, as some
you know how
people
many
call them.
bikes you can have in this area if you decided
I
you
could
want
have
to
a
get
few,
bikes?
couldn't I?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah. I would need more cash to fund them, but I could have a few.
Yeah.
But they would all be ornaments.
Sell all the dross with four wheels, mate.
They'd all be ornaments,
So,
wouldn't they? Because I haven't got a
We've already
bike
had
licence.
this one.
So.
Oh, this would be an interesting one for you.
Go on then. Oh, you're not going to ask me every single one of those?
No, there's only about three.
Well,
Three more.
Who's the other question? Oh, you've already done those then, have you?
Yeah. I'm not
I've
counting.
caught up.
Yeah, you sure?
Yeah, I've caught up.
Fine. Okay. Now, if I talk about styles of motorbikes, like sports bikes,
Adventure.
adventure bike, gee, wow.
I'm getting it, ain't I?
Naked bikes,
Yes.
things like that.
Retro, sort of classic old, whatever.
Wow.
The retro, but with the really modern headlights that have got an LED around it and stuff like that. I was looking.
I'm going to get my coat.
I was looking.
Biggsy's doing the rest of the video
Yeah,
now.
no, I was looking.
So my question was, out of all the genres or styles of bikes, which one, not necessarily out of the ones you've seen today, but obviously mostly out of the ones you've seen today, because that would be the latest and greatest
Okay.
in each manufacturer's range, for you, what sort of genre
You see, I don't think this
tickles
is.
your undercarriage the most?
I do like a tickled undercarriage. I think I'm not even sure if it's a specific genre, because
Go on.
I would say I'd call it a sit-up sports bike. Now, what I mean by that is...
A naked?
No.
No,
So the 660 again, I'm going to keep mentioning the Triumph 660.
Yeah.
I call that a sort of... It's got a sporty look.
Yes, it has.
I know it's only 660, but it's a sport.
it's
is it about 80 horsepower or something?
81, I believe.
horsepower.
Yeah, 81.
So I'm keeping up. It's sporty looking, but city up. I'm at a funny age where I can't imagine myself wanting to be down on the bars.
I think adventure sports really
Is what it is.
There's no real. I don't even know what sort of category. Technically, it sits in the adventure category because it's an upright type of bike.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the adventure style, but the Triumph clearly is styled more towards a road-focused bike. You wouldn't want to be taking that off road.
No, and it's kind of exactly what I would
adventure
want.
sports, adventure street.
Adventure sport.
Quite frankly, I haven't got a clue.
You had a Triumph that I loved, and you'll know which one. And Aki might even have a photo that he may or may not.
A couple of years ago, I had a Triumph Tiger 800,
and I loved that bike.
C.
But that was a city up type.
Yeah, so
one
it's
again.
exactly the same model as the one I've got now, which you guys have seen because I'm always out and about on it.
Yeah.
But it's the more off-road focused XC. There was a couple of differences between the two.
So I liked that bike. So either one of those for me ticks the box. I certainly wouldn't. I mean, I said Ducati because obviously they just look absolutely stunning. But from a rider's point of view, I actually want to be sitting up, and I don't suppose Ducatis they tend to be more raced focused.
Well, no, not all the Ducatis. There are some that may or may not have been in this video. I don't remember. Their multi-strider range is kind of very similar, but obviously larger in capacity. You got a 950 or a 1260, I think, or a 1200. I'm not too sure.
I just saw some lovely bikes.
You've got a new Ducati, which I think is it called the Desert Sled. I'll put the right name up on here somewhere.
Is that the one that said UK launch? Because it
no.
As in first seeing in UK.
No,
there was one that they got on the stand that was
probably
a new UK launch or something. I remember reading, but I was that in love with the Ducati stand in general. I was.
It had nothing to do with the ladies in the tight
It had
leggings.
nothing to do with the ladies at all. No.
Well, that's what
I couldn't see the ladies because you were trying to talk to them all. So
no, Mrs. Ack. No, never. No.
There's an edit.
So no.
You're going to leave it in, aren't you?
Yeah.
I think in the video, which if you've got that far, everyone, then you'll know. I think you must have said in the video at least 5 or 6 times, love this bike, Mrs. Ack doesn't know yet.
That's very true, because me and Mrs. Ack were having a conversation about this the other day when we talked about when I came home once a few years ago. I'd only hired it for the day. Generation 1 SuperDuke 1250 GT. That was on the back of me actually buying a bike and coming home with it and just going da-da. And after that subsided, a couple of weeks later, I did the same thing. Drove home with that bike and went da-da. But because it had a private, it was a 17 plate, but it had AK. It had AK-17.
Oh,
so she thought that I put that plate on. Hence, that was my plate. I bought the bike.
And was much crockery thrown, or was you?
She went off like a firecracker, mate. It took me seriously. It took me half an hour of following her around the house trying to get her to stop and be quiet. To politely put it, to stop and calm down and be quiet. You know how always extraordinarily successful it is when you tell a female to be quiet and calm down. So that's why it took me half an hour to keep still and be quiet enough for me to explain that no, I've only got it for the day.
But was maybe Mrs. Ack worried that you've gone to a bike show today?
Well, no, because she knows that Mr. Ack doesn't have any money. So, well, there's always PCP, but I don't like the idea of PCP. I mean, you probably have PCP with cars, like a hire purchase where you
certainly do, and then a balloon payment at the end that you never make because you end up going and trading it in for yet another one, and then you just basically keep paying forever.
If there was no payment at the beginning for you to start the agreement, I'll be quite happy with that because it means you can get a brand new bike.
I'm sure someone would do that
case.
kind of deal, but again, it just means that the balloon payment's bigger.
Yeah, it's just like it's the initial deposit that puts me off. Simple as that.
Yeah, I think it's just the big debt that puts me off.
Yeah, agreed.
That's a funny age.
Agreed.
So she's not overly stressed that you've gone to a bike show.
No, because she knows I won't buy anything. But having said that, I mean, it's not beyond the realms of possibility one day between now and death where I come home again with a new bike and go, da-da!
And that might
bring
forward your death.
And that action will precede a letter in the post from a solicitor.
Yes. Herein becomes the divorce papers.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's not the case. No, I think for me, Ducati stand, I know it sounds a bit of a no-brainer, but to be honest, close second for me was definitely the Triumph stand, because there is a lot of Triumphs I like.
Yeah.
850 Sport, 1200 Sport.
Tiger 1200, yes.
I loved all of those.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I the only reason I know I would never buy one, even if I did pass my tests in the UK, is because I don't like the thought of having the bike too heavy. And although I know you can have some seats lowered, I do like to be able to put my feet properly on the floor. So maybe that's just because I'm a newbie at the minute, and and I've not ridden the bike enough. Which is again why the 660 just ticks all the boxes. It's just enough.
Yeah.
Just enough.
And what about the tight clothing on the Triumph stand?
That they got for sale or hanging up? Oh, you mean being worn by people? Again, I never noticed. Too busy looking at the bikes.
So, I think I know what you're going to say, but I've got to ask you anyway.
Yeah.
Out of all the bikes you saw today, if you had to pick one which you could take and own, bring home and put in the carport here, which one would it be and why?
It is the 660
because...
because...
Why they even bother asking that?
Well, only because...
660,
only because I think it looks nice enough to be even just a garage ornament if I didn't, for whatever reason, pass my test. Although that'd be a big gamble to buy it before I pass my test. And I just think it would be a just enough bike for when I have passed my test.
Well, no, it's a cracking bike. It's been awarded this year the Motorcycle News Bike
of the Year. It has
MCN
MCN Bike of the Year.
Yeah. For very good reason.
But of course, yes, money no object. And if my aged back copes, then a Ducati would be...
To sell all this four-wheel tosh.
He doesn't like my cars, everyone.
Well, no, I just don't like cars.
I...
Says the man who drives in shitty weather around and to work in
a car. I don't, obviously... maybe I would find it hard to challenge if I love cars, as I own 7.
7? Jesus. Okay, fine. God, I nearly swore then. Nearly swore quite badly as well. 7 cars. Just think what sort of bike you could buy if you sold 6 of your cars.
7 sounds like it can sound a bit flippant, but it doesn't mean that there's much value in them. But yeah, I suppose if you added them all together, there's a value that I could get a nice bike and probably still enough money to force me to pass my tests on a bike.
If we could wangle it next year, whereby we didn't go to weekends, because believe you me, boys and girls, the weekend. Oh my God, how do I describe it politely? Oh, like this.
Well, yeah, it's like herding sheep, isn't it?
It's just insane. I mean, all the stands.
When we were on the free bus from the car park.
Oh, and the queue to get in the NEC was what? How long?
A while. Yeah. I did say at one point, but it was off camera, everyone, that it reminded me of Alton Towers. It almost needed a sign saying 15 minutes from this point, because it was getting quite grim.
Oh, it's just insane.
But we got in, and you know, there was some eye candy in the form of bikes to look at. But again, if you want to look at
those in tight clothing on some of the stands,
it didn't take much steering, did you? But again, there was that many people to take a good photo of a bike on a Sunday at the National Exhibition Centre. Is it true?
Ironically, on the I don't know whether it's the Friday before the first day. It probably is, and I'm probably wrong. There's a trade day whereby trade and press get to have the place to themselves.
They normally do on
and that
car
is
shows.
The time to go. But unfortunately,
there's an even better time to go.
My channel is a bit like this at
the moment.
But when it's like that,
maybe so.
Then we'll go on the Friday.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But
I've done a trade day before. Yeah.
So, would you go again?
Yes.
But obviously not. No, neither
on
of us
a
are going
weekday.
to go weekday, absolutely. Yeah.
Definitely.
So,
because at the end of the day, the eye candy will still be there, but I'll be able to see everything better and easier from a further distance than right next to the bike. Because it's a classic.
Nothing obscuring your view.
My pleasure of viewing what was on offer.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm at a funny age, you know.
We're both at a funny age, mate. But
this
you're
is not
funny as I am.
Well,
your age is fun. Actually, your age is funnier than my age.
Funnier funnier because I'm older.
Well, A little bit.
Some of us have aged better than others, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. I think
Well, that's subjective, though, isn't it?
it's very subjective.
Yeah.
Much like the eye candy we saw today.
Yeah. What eye candy?
The motorbikes keep telling me. I appreciate this is your video, but is this an outro now, or is this?
Yeah, we're kind of slow down.
No, that's okay. Or is this full-on podcast territory where we're just having a chat?
I don't know.
We should do that, you know.
Yeah, we should.
Just
at
literally
some point.
chat on camera,
Hmm.
but not sitting
About
amongst
what?
all this rubbish that you don't like because it's four
really.
wheels.
Yeah, 4 wheels. So
Maybe go to like a motorbike museum or something and see if you
that's
can
not a
wangle
bad
it where we
idea.
can just sit in front of some motorbikes and just chat
Talk
crap for
bikes.
20 minutes.
Yeah. Only 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Well, okay,
you want at least one person still watching it.
No, that's very true. Very true. Anyway, outro. I'm Ak, as you know. This is Big Z. Motorcycle News. No, it's not. It's not actually Motorcycle News sponsor it this year. Is it Carol Nash? I think Carol Nash is the title sponsor this year. But basically, the 2022 Motorcycle Live is on now, and it's on until Sunday the 27th at 5 p.m. Tickets are available, and I'm not endorsing it. Whereas I'm not going to get it. I'm not getting any kickback from it. But basically, go to motorcyclelive.co.uk. £22, discounted parking. There's lots of other stands there, food stands, outrageously offensive costing food stands. So, oh, did I just say that out loud?
You did.
But anyway, it's on till Sunday the 27th at 5 p.m. If you get a chance to go, it is well worth going.
It is
love
well worth
bikes.
going.
Definitely well worth going.
I'm still glad that we went today.
Yeah, even if it was.
Even if it was packed in like sardines.
Yeah.
And
So if
you've
you
moved
can
your
get to
camera.
go during the week
Yeah.
when, yeah, well, yeah.
The same eye candy will be there. It's just let more opportunity
There
to
was eye
look.
candy.
I'm happily married. And so are you.
Yeah. Yes. Right. So I think that was it, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Awesome.
He just needs me to pass my bike test and buy a 660, doesn't he?
I won't hold my breath then.
Thank you.
Fine.
I admire your confidence.
And on that bombshell, I'm Ak.
This is Big Z.
Until the next time.
See you later. I guess you wanted to say that. It's your video. I do like a good bum and legs.